Alright everyone, this is going to be a full-on review of my Winix 6300-2 PlasmaWave HEPA filter air purifier. So if you remember, I did an unboxing video of this unit and gave a demonstration basically blindly. I didn't really know very much about this unit because, well, this was my first Winix unit and I just was so excited to get it out of the box and demonstrate it. I really did not take much time to look in the instruction manual as I possibly should have. Now, since I've had this unit for over 2 months now, I feel like I finally became accustomed to the unit and found out all its special features. And I feel now it's the perfect time to do a full-on review. So, I'm just going to show you the back first off. So if you notice, it is a 6300-2 model. There's a couple different models that look exactly the same because they basically are the same. There's a 5300-2, which is just a lighter gray color, has the exact same features, except it does not use a remote. There is a 5500-2 model, which I believe is exactly the same to this unit, except it uses a remote. And there is a 6300-2, which is this unit. And this really is no different than the 55-2. The only difference is that it uses a lifetime supply of charcoal filters. Or not a lifetime, but a 1-year supply of the charcoal filters, which I meant lifetime as in the HEPA filter, of course. The HEPA filter lasts 1 year, by the way, just in case if you wondered. The lifetime supply of the charcoal filters. And you can only get it at Bed Bath & Beyond as of currently. But really, I don't notice much of a difference between the 55 and the 63. But I just figured, that's worth mentioning. So, first I'm going to start out with how this unit works. So you just take this front off, and it easily just, you line it up like this. Let's make sure you get them in the proper position. Yeah, one-handed you may not be able to do this correctly, but just line it in, and it's magnetic at the top, but it's very easy to do. One person can do it very simple, which I really do appreciate. So, the first filter, oh, the second filter is going to fall out. Well, that's okay. Is the pre-filter / mesh filter. Same thing really, but this will capture all the large particles to really help make the life of the second filter and third filter much longer. And I feel like, I appreciate that filter companies are doing this to make their filters last longer. I feel like that's really nice. So yeah, and you just basically run this underwater when it's dirty, and that's that. This filter is the charcoal filter, and really this basically will remove all the big particles, such as some hair, some pet hair, some hair, some big, dust particles. It also really does well at removing the odors. This is really good if you have odors, just takes them out of the air, which is nice. And then my favorite part, which is the heart of the system, is the HEPA filter. And HEPA is so good if you have allergies. Really pulls out all those contaminants, all those allergen triggerants in the air. Oh, I cannot rave enough about HEPA. It's just such a good filter to have in your house if you have allergies. So definitely would recommend, if you have allergies, a HEPA filter. In the back is just the blower. And on the top is where the air comes out. Okay. And you just put the filters back in place. Just like this. A little hard to do one-handed, but I will show you, how you do it. Okay, this just snaps into place. And also, it's worth mentioning, if you do forget how to replace it, there is a little diagram. Okay. Alright, so now this can go back on. and I will demonstrate the unit. Okay, so the unit is a really great unit and it is very quiet. Now, of course, your version of quiet may depend on, now my version of quiet, it really is quiet compared to the other units I've owned in the past. Of course, your take on quiet will be different than mine, but personally me, it is very quiet, like they do mention in the instruction manual. I feel like HEPA filters, they kind of just put that on there being as a selling point. Oh, it's very quiet, and you take it home, you realize that's not quiet at all. But really, this unit is pretty quiet. Except, of course, when it's in the really high turbo mode, but it really does push a lot of air that it's completely acceptable. So here's the different buttons, the on and off, the auto and sleep function, the PlasmaWave, in which I will be more than happy to supply a few links in the description on what PlasmaWave exactly is by a few articles. The 4 fan speeds, a timer, the reset filter, the light sensor, which I'll get more into that in a little bit, and the dust sensor, which basically will sense how good the air is. Okay? So now I will turn it on, and here we go. And it plays a nice little chime too when you turn it on. It's very quiet. Now, for the sake of this video for now, I'm just going to put this on just the low setting without the sensor, so it just stays at that one speed. So this is it on low, and as you can hear, it is very quiet. This is medium. Here's high. Now, of course, you can hear it a little bit on this speed, but definitely the air is very good. And last but definitely not least, the turbo mode. And this thing is crazy fast. So yeah, definitely it is very, very powerful. And this is really good if you are trying to remove an odor or allergens in the air very quickly. Or if you're like me and like the sound of a fan, just want that white noise, works perfectly with me. And yeah, so that's the turbo mode. Get back down to low. You can hear it rev down. This is the timer. I have it for 1 hour, 4 hours, and 8 hours. Okay. That's just how that works. So this right here is the light sensor, and if the unit is in just this mode without the automatic mode, basically the lights dim down to 50%, so you can still see what setting it's at, but it's not going to be bright. And if you put it onto auto, which as you can see now it's on auto, it will, if the lights get dark and it's over 4 minutes, I believe, this whole display will actually turn off and it goes right into the sleep mode. After 4 minutes, if you just have it on the regular manual mode, it just dims down, but it stays at the same setting that you want it at. So that's the auto mode, and I'll actually demonstrate that in a little bit. Here's sleep. And it is very quiet. Can barely even hear it. Still running, but definitely very quiet. Okay. But anyways, I'm going to show you what the automatic mode does. And I have a little bit of Axe. I'm going to spray it at the unit. And you will see exactly what happens when I spray it. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Wow, I didn't even get any on the unit. I'm surprised. Okay, but it definitely did smell that, so this is basically what it does. So if you saw very quickly, it went from blue, which was just, low speed, medium, which was the yellowish color, it's moderate, and then red, which is really bad airflow, and it cranked up to high. You can see it's red right now. It does not go onto turbo mode, so if you do have it on, you don't have to worry about it getting way too loud. It'll just be on high. Well, I definitely can smell that, but it's taking it out of the air very fast, which is definitely a nice thing. Okay. I'll just go ahead and leave it on because, well, it definitely does smell like Axe. But you know what? It was worth it for a demonstration. So, it also does have a remote, and you can control most of the features, but not all. You can do like the regular speeds, turbo, the automatic mode, and on and off. But while this unit is filtering out the air, I'm going to do the pros and cons now. So pro for this unit is I absolutely love the color of this unit. It's not exactly black, but it's not like gray either. It's like a charcoal color. It's kind of like a really dark gray charcoal, or even slightly black. I really like that color. I haven't really seen it in an air cleaner, so that's definitely, nice. Second off, the beeping sounds are absolutely so adorable. I think those are so cute. Now, of course, you may not like that, and there's no really way to turn it off, but, I personally like it. So, I already demonstrated. The automatic mode is really nice because, as you can see, basically it just runs at whatever it needs to run at, not what you think it needs to run at, so it basically takes all the guesswork out, which is very important. The sleep mode is nice if you want it to be very quiet and you don't want all those lights on, but still have it do its job. That's really nice. The PlasmaWave is an optional feature. You can turn that off if you don't want that on. I keep it on because, they include it with the unit, so why not use it? The timer is really nice. I absolutely love the fact that it has a filter indicator, so you don't have to guess on how dirty or clean your unit is. Just like I said, it takes out all the guesswork. I really do appreciate that. It is also Energy Star rated, and that is because it uses a brushless DC motor. Winix is one of those units that have been using brushless DC motors, and I believe all their air purifier lines, and I really do appreciate that because DC is a very good motor. The DC brushless motors are just absolutely fantastic. Very quiet. Because they run on DC, they don't have that electrical buzz. It's very quiet. You can have the same quality or even better speeds. More speed options, more features, in the fan settings, for less power than what a regular AC motor is. I really do appreciate that. I do appreciate that they're using those because honestly, I have never really seen one of these direct current motor air purifiers fail. They seem to really last long and don't really create any of those loud electrical buzzes that some of those electrical motor, AC motor air purifiers do. But then again, that's just my personal take. Alright, so that's just a full degree. A couple cons that I have is I wish the power cord was a bit longer. I mean, they're generous enough, but I kind of wish it was a bit longer. The remote is really nice. I do like it, but I really wish that there was a way to control the timer and the PlasmaWave on and off on the remote. I feel like with a remote, you should have all the features that are on the unit itself on here, you know, for all the control. That's really what a remote, in my opinion, should be, you know, having all the features that are on the unit itself on the remote. But then again, you have the basic features, and I suppose that's nice that they even include a remote. And that is basically it for the pros and cons. I really did talk about what I really needed to about the unit, and I feel like that was just my take. You very well may love this unit like I do, or you very well may hate it, but I think that really it is a good unit. And if you don't mind having a more higher end expensive unit, it really does pay for itself, and I have no problems with it. It does exactly what it needs to do, and I really am happy as a clan with it. So overall, I would recommend it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Just the minor not having all the features on the remote, which really isn't that big of a deal. Maybe just a little bit of a longer cord, but really that's all I have to say about the unit negatively. Overall, a very good unit, and I absolutely love Winix, and I'm really happy I was able to give them a try. So definitely, if you're looking for a unit that is going to pay for itself, I would recommend Winix. Thank you for watching.